Chalo, let's straight away start with today's topic. Very important session. Okay, very important session. Lot of pointers will be there. Okay, and there is lot of things going on in the market. Okay, when it comes to resume building. So today we are going to discuss about resume building. Okay, first of all, there are multiple types of resume which which might work. Okay, so there is not one standard way of building the right effective resume. In the market, there are different formats of resume which might work. There are different ways of writing content which might work. So there is a lot of chaos basically because there is no one standard. Okay? There are multiple ways of writing a resume which is going to have good impact. So, and I think that is where confusion happens for entry level or beginner people. So because some people say this is the right way, some people say this is the right way, some third guy says that is the right way. And as a fresher, you are like, then which is the right way, right? So if everybody has different ways, then what should you follow? And that kind of chaos is there. So our aim today will be to make you clear in making this decision. Okay, what is the right way of building a resume? Okay, and which might be like this, all the three ways. But you should be in a more confident position. Okay, I'm following this approach and this works. Plus what you are saying, it will also work. Plus what this guy is saying, why it will not work. So when you get in control of thinking through, okay, what is the right way and the wrong way of resume building, you can make better decisions with yourself. Okay? So it's going to be important. Chalo, let's get started straight away to the point. So firstly, please note that as part of the past 3 days, we have been focusing upon, yes, resume is an effective part or which circulates in the IT industry. So on behalf of you, your resume travels to HRs and to all the people. And whatever your resume says, that's how people know, okay, what you know. So basically, it's a reflection of you, which is going digitally in the companies wherever you are applying and your online presence. So resume is something really important. Okay. There are some people already saying the value of resumes have decreased after AI and chat GPT and all these things have come in place. Okay? Why? Because it's very easy to build any resume in the current time. You take a job description, give it to chat GPT and ask chat GPT, prepare a resume which is a perfect match for this. Within a minute, it creates it. Okay? And chat GPT has a lot of intelligence of so much of things. So resume ka slowly some people have really started questioning how much valuable resumes are, because everything in the resume could be fake. The actual person might be different and what is there in the resume, it might be different. So some of the industry guys have already started asking this question, how valid are resumes? Because it is just possible to make it, even if zero knowledge, go to chat GPT and you can be 100% perfect for that position. So, but still, currently, IT is still relying on resumes. Whenever you apply, they still ask for it. But we don't know what happens in the next coming couple of years. They might just come up with a different way of evaluating people and not via resume. We don't know that. So let's see how the industry changes further. But yes, some serious questions are there. How valid resumes are, because anybody can make a perfect resume in the current times. Okay. That being said, but at least currently resumes are required. It is effective. So based upon the current situation of the market, we need to definitely learn how to build right resumes. Future maybe it might become irrelevant, but we don't know that. Okay? Future ka future mein dekhte hain. And guys, this is where it's important. In the day 1 or day 2 somewhere, we said having a strong digital presence in LinkedIn and GitHub, so that you don't have to convince people how good you are. Your resume is now going to be that. Your resume says you are good, then you go for interview and then you try to convince. But if your digital identity is already strong, when you walk into interview, somebody visits it, they will automatically be able to understand that you are good without you much convincing to them, right? So this is what it is. So please do focus. You have to maintain a strong digital presence, because you never know when the value of resumes will drastically decrease and your online presence ka value might grow more when you are really applying for any place. because that will be a proof that you have already like done something there. Okay, guys, is this clear? Give a quick thumbs up if this is clear. So maintain strong digital presence. Currently resumes ka value hai, but you don't know what happens in future. Okay, okay, fine. Chalo, let's get started now with the today's topic. Now, when we say we need to do effective resume building, first, just try to understand this thing. There is like, again, two kind of people will come in picture, right? One will be freshers and other will be working professionals. And then it comes like, okay, what kind of resume should fresher have? What should they put? And what is a working professional supposed to put and all? Dekho, thoda sa let's apply some logic and some common sense here. We all know that working professionals get better opportunities and they get shortlisted, better opportunities compared to freshers. Everybody knows that, right? But still, we try to have two different variations of resumes, different for fresher, different for working professional. The point is, if you know that working professional has a better chance for getting shortlisted and other things, my strong recommendation is, even if you are a fresher, you should build a resume like a working professional. And there are reasons and how you can do it. It's all possible. But the thing is, when your resume goes to the HR, why should they really get that first impression that you're a beginner in the IT industry? So my simple funda will be both, okay, freshers and working professionals, you can have same format of resume. It's kind of tweaking the need of the market, but because value of working professional is more, so why should you give HR a chance to just simply put your resume aside? So my simple suggestion will be both freshers and working professionals have the same resume. Okay, now how is it possible? Some of you might be worried, but I don't know things. The point is, you need to understand the deeper situation here. Okay, Dekho, what happens? Let's just try to understand. If there is a person who got job, he's a beginner right now, got a position, offer letter, he has joined the company. He's working on a project. So there is this entry level person working on project. Plus, let's say in the project, there is 5 years experience person. Guys, thoda sa think with common sense here. And in the same project, there is a person having 10 years experience. Okay. Dekho, when you work on a project, let's say it's a simple Java based project, which is using, let's say, Spring Boot. Okay. Now, please try to understand here. Even the entry level person, 5-year person, 10-year person, they're all working on the same project. That means the technology doesn't really care how much is your experience level. Everybody works on that. That means everybody in the team can have that technology added in their resume. I worked upon this project. Even a beginner person, same thing will be with these guys. Let's try to understand. It's not just one technology when you're putting in your resume. When you work in any project, when you work in any IT related project, there are two important things: processes and tools. Without these two things, IT projects do not exist. And the beauty part here is these processes and tools are also common entry level, 5-year and 10 years. Because these are simple things. Everybody follows the same process. Everybody uses the same tools. And guys, when you add these things, the list of processes, the list of tools, and the technology, automatically there is no difference between fresher or a working experience. Because you don't mention in your resume, okay, I know this technology or this tool to only 20%. Experienced person might say, I know it 100%. Fresher might say 20%, but you don't write that in resume. You only mention the name of that tool, the name of that process, and things like that. So basically what it means, whether you're a fresher or whether you're a working professional, if you work on any IT related project, basically these things all remain the same. So if they all remain the same, Why to really have two different versions of resumes? Have one version where you include all of those things. Okay, guys, is it making sense? Some of you guys, give a thumbs up if you're understanding what we are trying to say here. Think. Same hota hai. Then why to really go for a version where you say, I'm a fresher? Don't claim fresher. Even if you're a fresher, don't claim you're a fresher. Okay? Okay, now, how these things matter? Now, some of you might be, hey, but I don't really know. I have not worked on any project. Then how can I put all this information? Now, please understand, this thing is, again, important. Every resume should have mandatory project. There are many HRs, they will not even shortlist your resume, even for freshers, if you don't have a project. That's it. They simply discard it. Simply discard it. I've seen that HR doing that work. Okay, this project may no resume, remove. Okay? Why? Because it's a by default knowledge. If you have not, project is where you apply your knowledge. If you have not done any project, basically you never applied your knowledge. And once you get a chance to work on your first project, there will be so many questions in your mind. So rather than hiring such people who have never done a project, hire people who have done the project. And that is where every resume should have a mandatory project. If that is not there, even for freshers, people are not really shortlisting. Majority, I'm saying. There might always be corner cases, some might consider, but majority people will not shortlist. And you know why for freshers also that is the case? Because in the education system itself, right from third year onwards, colleges are expected to send people for doing internships. So third year and fourth year, right? Now, point is, you might say in my college it was not there, but this IT do not care about your problems. IT cares about what is the right way of doing, and IT knows there are institutes and colleges where beginners working like students, they are doing internship in their third and the fourth year. So they are supposed to have a project. They are supposed to know the working process of the project, tools of the project, and apply the technology. And yes, they know that in the market, such people exist. So going ahead with whatever you know might not be the right way for doing the job hunting. You need to always reverse engineer what company expects, and company is expecting something like this. Company knows that there are colleges where people do internships who in their third and the fourth year, maybe multiple internships they do while they are in college itself. That gives them a lot of processes, tools, technology, and these all things can be highlighted in the resume. Now, if you say, but I don't know, my college did not give me chance, or I did not get it, I'm just a beginner, then companies will say, okay, then we will not shortlist you. Then you cry about it, but that doesn't change anything, because in the market there will be other freshers who are good in that. In the resume it covers that, and then they get better opportunities compared to you. Now, point is, either you can sit and cry about the problem, or you can overcome that problem and then fix it. And that is where the fixing part says, whether you have done it or not, you should have one mandatory project. It is mandatory, it's not optional. One mandatory project has to be there. Along with this project, processes will come, tools will come. You need to understand that, and then your technology will come, and then take all of these things, put it into your resume, and then go ahead with the further activities. This is required, this is mandatory, this is not optional anymore. Okay? So this is the first thing you need to understand. Everybody should have a mandatory project. How to build the project, that's a separate discussion. Even if, let's say, you have not done any internship, as part of tomorrow's session, I will give some tips key how you can build your self project without even being hired anywhere. At least minimum self project to hona hi chahiye. If self project is also not there, then it's basically the resume is waste. Okay, so one minimum project is required. Tomorrow I will say, even if you're not getting hired anywhere, how to work on a project independently, have it in the resume, and then go in interview, explain that resume also confidently. Tomorrow we will discuss that topic. Okay, okay, but anyways,